Phew! It is finally here. After weeks of national attention, the Wisconsin Supreme Court election is tomorrow, thank goodness, and will likely be an early test of how swing state voters in that state feel about what's going on in our country with the current administration. So here's Danny with a final look at the race that is thankfully almost over.
On Tuesday, voters in Wisconsin will elect a new state Supreme Court justice. The Liberal candidate Susan Crawford is a former prosecutor and private practice attorney who defended Planned Parenthood.
I'm really focused on Wisconsin and protecting the rights of Wisconsinites under our laws.
While the conservative candidate Brad Schimel is a former state attorney general who touts endorsements from law enforcement.
Because they know that I put public safety first. I put the people I serve first.
The winner of the race will determine ideological control of the court. That could impact cases on abortion rights, collective bargaining, and the drawing of electoral maps.
It's hard to overstate the significance.
But UW River Falls political science expert Neil Krause says this election matters far beyond Wisconsin because it might provide insight into how voters feel about President Trump so far.
I think it could be a kind of a referendum on a lot of that stuff.
For that reason, this election is the most expensive judicial race in American history, led by at least $18 million in spending by Elon Musk's conservative groups.
I'm not phoning it in. I'm here in person.
During a visit to Green Bay this weekend, Musk framed this as a battle for control of the U.S. House, since Wisconsin's Supreme Court has played a role for years in legal challenges to the state's congressional maps.
This is one of those things that may not seem that it's going to affect the entire destiny of humanity, but I think it will.
Musk even gave $1 million checks to two people for supporting a petition against activist judges, in a move challenged unsuccessfully by the state's Democratic Attorney General, who argued it was an illegal attempt to pay voters. Governor Tim Walz agreed.
It's an outrageous affront on the democracy, and I'm calling him out on it.
Schimel denied any involvement in Musk's trip to Green Bay.
I knew nothing about it. I am not part of that event.
But Musk's groups are his largest donor.
Is Elon Musk calling the shots on your campaign?
Elon Musk is calling no shots in my campaign. All he's asked of me is that I follow the law.
Meanwhile, Crawford has accused Musk of trying to buy a seat on the Supreme Court.
I never could have dreamed I would be fighting against the richest man in the world.
But outside groups have helped her too, including Democratic billionaires J.B. Pritzker and George Soros.
Brad Schimel has said he didn't solicit support from Elon Musk. Did your campaign solicit support from George Soros or J.B. Pritzker or others?
No, we didn't. And in fact, those contributions were made to the Wisconsin Democratic Party. The Democratic Party has been generous in transferring funds to my campaign.
Now, another twist to all this is Elon Musk's company Tesla has litigation tied up in Wisconsin right now that could, at some point, go to the state Supreme Court. Schimel says he would recuse himself from any case he felt he had a conflict of interest, whether that was related to Tesla or anything else. That was what he said when we interviewed him last week.
Well, way to come out with a banger there right at the end, Danny. Wouldn't that be just convenient? Last check, over $100 million on a state Supreme Court race has been spent in Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and outpacing the one from 2 years ago in Wisconsin. That was also when the liberal majority, when it was flipped from conservative to liberal. And so, because again, the reason we're using those terms is because it's not party affiliation, right. It's more ideology. So it's just Wisconsin where it's at.
Well, ideology with a lot of party money in it. Thank you so much,
yeah.
Danny. We'll see you tomorrow.